Government is not the solution, it's the problem. All the genocides of the 20th century were caused by big government. Nobody talks about that.
This is the greatest error in the history of the human race. And I never engage in hyperbole. The number of cases is not a bad thing. The number of deaths is a bad thing. How many people will die because of the lockdown, the people who are not getting surgeries, the people who are not going to hospitals, dwarfs any of that. Plus the ruined lives because of this unprecedented error in human history. The only good thing that might come out of it is more people will not send their kids to college for $70,000 a year. We believe that safety is God. Oh, there's somebody coming to college you don't agree with. Please go to a safe space where we'll give you Play-Doh and hot chocolate and stuffed animals. That is what is given to college kids. If somebody comes to college and they don't feel safe, there's no such thing as safe. Safe is in the grave. Life is not safe. Grow up. In life, it's a rule. It's very hard to do something the first time. It is very easy to do something the second time. Whether it's good or bad, that's a rule of life. If we are guided by safe, not only is the society over, individual lives are. For 30 years, I've been taking groups around the world in cruise ships and also land trips in Israel. So for 30 years, people have called my show and said, Dennis, God, I really would love to visit Israel, the Holy Land, and so on, but I'm waiting till it's safe. So I always said to them for 30 years, then you will never go. It will never be safe. Don't go. And I've gone every year for 30 years. So if I'd have led a life to be safe, I wouldn't be me. I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't have gone to 130 countries. I wouldn't have decided to conduct orchestras. I'm not a trained musician. I am self-taught, but I took the unsafe route and I did something very challenging, and that is learn to conduct orchestras. If you want to lead a safe life, you will die, and on your tombstone it will be written, here lies so-and-so, she led a safe life. And it's a pointless, worthless, empty life. You will lead an empty life. Congratulations, you made your choice. You have chosen safety over living fully. Everybody can make their choice. My job is to be clarifier. This is the choice you have made. You have chosen safety over living. My task in life is not to live forever. This will come as a shock. We all die. Since we all die, I am much more interested in living fully than not dying. Most people never become adults. They grow, they get older, but they don't become adults. You become an adult when you decide to become an adult. One of the keys of being an adult is to always ask this question: what is the price? A child doesn't understand that. An adult should. Everything comes with a price. If you get married, what is the price of marrying? What is the price of staying single? What is the price of having children? What is the price of not having children? That is the mature way to lead life. Always ask, what is the price of putting tens of millions of Americans out of work? What is the price of not? The United States of America is an experiment in liberty and bravery. We are showing neither. But I never thought that I would live to see Americans go, yes, I will do something stupid. Yes, I will allow my business to be crushed because I'm in Idaho, but more than half the deaths in America are happening in the New York metropolitan area. But I should go bankrupt here in Idaho. Life provides enough opposition without having morons tell you that bigger government and being taken care of instead of liberty is a good thing. Believe me, life has enough challenge without having people ruin it for you. For a large percentage of American history, there was a general agreement in what I call the American Trinity, the three things that are on every American coin. Liberty, e pluribus unum, meaning from many one, We come from many backgrounds, but we become American. And in God we trust, that there is a supreme being who is the source of our rights, which is in the Declaration of Independence. All I ask is Americans accept that. They can differ on 1,000 other things.
There's so much cruelty and evil on earth, and I want people to be good, but I know that we don't start out good. Human nature isn't good. It's not evil, but it's not good. Government is not the solution, it's the problem. Nobody denies government has to do some good. It has to put out your fires. It has to hire police. It has to have armed forces. There has to be some degree of regulation. We all acknowledge that. But why would anybody trust a lot of power in people's hands? The United States was founded, and only the United States, on the belief that limited government is a moral value. Without limited government, America is just like every other place. Every other. All the genocides of the 20th century, and there were more genocides in the 20th century than all centuries before that put together, all of them were caused by big government. Nobody talks about that. People say all the time, oh, religion has killed, people have killed more people in the name of God. People have killed more people in the name of secular government than in all the religions. Forget it. There's no comparison. It's pointless to try to influence people morally or politically or socially or economically. If they are what they are because of environment and genes, then that's the end. But I believe that humans have free will. I believe that a certain percentage of humanity, hearing a good idea, will then challenge themselves. Smart means nothing. Educated means nothing. Wise is everything. Wise is partially life experience. Wise is looking at life and making rational, wise conclusions. I'm trying to influence people through reason and morality, and it's very effective. But it's not effective on everybody. I admit that. All of life is a battle between the brain and the mind. Everybody is wired to think emotionally. Life is a battle between the mind and the brain. The brain says, I want cheesecake. The mind says, you're already overweight, don't eat it. Most of the time, the brain wins. The brain is the animal. The brain wins because it's so powerful. The urge to have cheesecake is greater than the rational calculation that I'll never lose weight if I keep eating cheesecake. People who think beyond their own specific circumstance. Otherwise, we're all doomed. There is only one freedom that can never be taken from us: how we react. Government